back to the Downsized. It's Sunday, September 1st, and it's time for our weekly weigh-in. I'm Laraine, and we're here to share our progress, tips, and insights from our GLP-1 weight loss journey.
I'm Christopher, and I'll update you on my GLP-1 adventure as well, and we'll talk about what's going on in our lives this week that has impacted our progress. Turns out life does those things to you. And of course, we'll also share what do we weigh, the ups, the downs, the tears, as I always say, it's usually me crying. Everything that comes with this adventure. We're using GLP-1 medications like Mounjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic, Tirzepatide, and semaglutide, so we'll keep you posted on how these work.
Before we start, please, if you would click like and subscribe, it really helps us reach more people, and that way you won't miss an episode.
And just a reminder, we are not doctors, not a doctor. Always consult a healthcare professional before starting or adjusting any weight loss medications or treatment. Now, let's dive into this week's progress, updates, and discuss how life has influenced our adventure.
Okay, shall I start?
You always start early.
This is the 45th week of our weight loss adventure. So today, or I'm thinking maybe tomorrow, I'll take my 45th shot. That's a lot of shots. That is a lot of shots. This week I was up 0.4 for a total weight loss of down 50.2. My starting weight was 193 pounds. My current weight is 142.8 pounds. I got to my original goal weight of 150 pounds in 27 weeks. So that's 1.58 pounds per week for those following along at home. My current dosage is I'm taking compounded Tirzepatide. My maintenance dose is 7.5 milligrams. This is my 4th week of taking this dose. Actually, no, it's my 5th week of taking this dose. I had gone down to 5 milligrams. I decided that wasn't strong enough for me to be on maintenance. So now I'm at 7.5. And I think next week we're going to be going on vacation. We're going to be going on a cruise for 2 weeks. So I think I want to adjust my shot date. So I take it tomorrow, and then I take it on the day we leave for the cruise. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll take 1 shot with me on the cruise. Is that what you're going to do?
I hadn't thought about it, but that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, that way I only have to travel with 1 thing. Now if I'll take the vial and the needle or pre-fill the syringe, what do you think you're supposed to do?
Theoretically, I don't know. They always say...
They say don't pre-fill the pens, but it's going to be within 7 days and it stays refrigerated in its little case.
And we have a protective travel case that would keep either way.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me know what you think I should do in the comments.
Yeah, no, it's...
We're just figuring this out as we go along. I'm just trying to figure out maintenance as I go along. When we get back from the cruise, I'm going to see if I can maybe space my shots out to maybe 10 days or then maybe 2 weeks. And I have a colonoscopy coming up in November. So my doctor says that you need to be off the shot for 7 days before the colonoscopy. So I need to figure that into my schedule. So I'll be figuring that out.
The joys of being 50 plus. Colonoscopies.
Yeah, I've had 1 colonoscopy before. I had one at age 50. My grandma, and now I'm 55, so I need to have one again because my grandmother died from colon cancer when she was 80. So I would definitely want to keep up with that and make sure everything in there is working the way it should be. So it's very important. Yeah. And I use Mochi Health as my online healthcare provider. I've used them since February. I'm very happy with the online doctor I see and with their customer service. So if you'd like to explore the world of compounded Tirzepatide or semaglutide, you can use my discount code and get $40 off your first order. My discount code is QIYGO8. That'll be in the comments. And it's joinmochi.com. So I don't work for Mochi. They give everybody this code. And so if you use it, you save $40 and I save $40.
And that'll actually be in the description, not the comments.
Oh, the description, right. Description, y'all know what I meant.
But it's there.
Y'all know what I meant. How's your progress this week, Christopher?
Slow but steady.
Okay.
So My starting weight was 285.4 pounds, and I always say I was rapidly ascending to 300 because it was not looking pretty. My current weight is 207.2, so for those of you tracking along, that's exactly 1 pound down from last week.
Oh.
That's pretty much, the last 2, maybe even 3 months if I went back and counted. It's been a slow, steady, I wouldn't even call it stall at some points. It's certainly stopped for a moment. But
Are you losing 1 to 2 pounds a week?
On average,
I think you've been losing less than a pound up to this week, maybe.
I'd have to go back and look, but it's probably less than 1 pound.
He doesn't keep a handy dandy spreadsheet.
No, but I have a handy dandy app that I weigh myself every day, so it's easy to figure it out.
We weigh ourselves every day.
Anyway, so that puts me down 78.2 pounds. As I said, my weight today is 207.2. My goal is to get to 190. Maybe a little more than that because that doesn't quite get me to 100 pounds down. But yeah, 17-ish pounds. And honestly, I know a lot of you guys want to go fast. I'm okay with maintaining and losing slowly at this point because I honestly feel like the longer I can maintain and do what I need to do, the easier it will be to keep it off longer term. So I'm not, and I feel okay. So it's not, I want to be below 200 for sure. And really that 190 for me is below 200 and safely away from it. I don't want to constantly be popping up and down between them.
Yeah. Well, and I guess if you think about it as we're going to be on this medication or some form of a GLP-1 for life.
Probably.
Then I guess it really doesn't matter how fast you lose those last 10, 15, 17 pounds as long as you're moving in the right direction over time. Because you look great. I mean, we've had to buy, none of our old clothes fit. We've had to buy pretty much all new stuff. And that's what I'm thinking now is I'm at 142, around 142. Do I want to go lower? I don't. Are these clothes that I just bought just not going to fit again? And I'm kind of happy where I am. So,
I feel fine, but I would definitely
142.
just emotionally like to be below 200.
Yeah, I think everybody has that number that you want to be below, or if you're thinking about losing weight, you have that number that you hit that is like at the top of your normal weight, and you're like, oh, I got to do something right now. This is it.
I weighed 186 pounds when I graduated from high school. I can't imagine ever weighing what I weighed when I was 17. And I don't know that that's a goal in my head.
And how tall are you? So I don't think we've
5'10".
said our heights today. So you're 5'10". I'm 5'4.25".
Just turned 56 this week. So.
Yeah, and you had your birthday this week, so happy birthday. He's much older than me. No, he's 6 months older than me. But I always say he's much.
So I am currently taking 15 milligrams of compounded Tirzepatide. I actually have a prescription for both Zepbound and compounded Tirzepatide. I think I have 3 pens for Zepbound. Actually, we just got another refill, didn't we?
I just got another refill. I thought we were going to have to pay $6.50, and we paid $5.50 bonus.
So I have 7 pens for Zepbound. So I may actually take a pen with me on the cruise. Because that might be a little bit easier.
Yeah. Wish I had.
So we'll see. But people ask, well, you could get them.
I mean, I could get them. I just don't want to. I don't want to pay.
It's more expensive.
And so, do you want to tell people why you do the branded and I do the compounded?
Yeah, I mean, I had more health issues, and I was just more concerned about really closely monitoring what was going on. And I trust my local physician implicitly. He's a great guy, and he's that doctor that walks in and sits down and looks you in the eye, and he doesn't feel like he's rushing you, like he actually is asking questions and having conversations. And honestly, even in this, he hadn't prescribed it that much, so he was learning along with us, and he would come back and ask us questions and do research. And he's been great, but I had high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and the whole sleep apnea thing, and I have a bum knee that I had surgery on in first grade. That's always been so. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
just wanted to have a little more closely monitored locally, just to, especially with the blood pressure and stuff. And you've been able to cut your blood pressure medicine now in half.
Yeah, and I'm watching my blood pressure right now. We may be able to take the rest of the way down.
Yeah.
And honestly, and I think I know I've talked about this before, but my mom died of heart issues, and I'm not even really sure what they were because sometimes your parents don't actually tell you what the heck's going on, but they were weight related, and she was only a few years older than I am today. And I woke up and was pretty scared about that at one point. And
yeah, she was very heavy. I don't know what she weighed, but she definitely weighed more than you at your highest, I would say.
And I haven't had heart issues or anything like that, but it made me want to stop and say, I want to be in my local physician. And since we've been doing this, I've been in every 3 months. We've done blood work every 3 months. We have tracked it very carefully. We talk to him on the app, leaving messages and answer questions all the time.
Nice that we can leave them a message through the My Chart.
Yeah, through My Chart. I started on compounded Tirzepatide, then working with the doctor, moved over to Manjaro. Zepbound had not been launched yet. It had not come out yet. We flipped over to Zep because of the shortages, and it had been launched. And then, due to shortages, went back to the compounded Tirzepatide, and I currently have both in the refrigerator because we're all still worried about what's going to happen. I wish I knew. I don't think compounding is going to go away altogether, but it might become more difficult to get. So we'll see. But I will tell you all, and I say this every week, I have found no difference in the medications. So we get ours through Mochi, as Laraine said. The pharmacy we're using now is Red Rock. It was Hallandale. Both those medications worked just fine. I interchange the Zepbound and the compounded. I can't
tell.
If I didn't know what I was injecting, I wouldn't know it was different. There's no difference in side effects or in efficacy, as they like to say. So currently on 15. I think this has been the 8th or 9th week. Told you the whole story around that. I feel like we're progressing slowly but surely forward, and I'll get below 200. And I don't know. I'm sure this cruise will slow it down a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, we've never done 2 weeks of vacation at one clip before. I'm a little worried about how I'm gonna manage that, because I feel like I can resist things like a certain number of times, but then if I continue to be presented with these foods that I love that I don't really need to eat every day, if I'm presented with them over and over, at some point I'm going to say, let me.
I kind of think, because we'll actually be on 2 different ships, I think we might get over it and go, okay, I've seen that already.
We might be over it,
It's not that big a deal. I don't know. We'll see. We'll report back. We will be streaming live from the ship. We will be doing videos. I'll sit there and edit videos a lot of times on the ship. People will, you're on vacation. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm like, we're on this thing we're on these 2 ships for 2 weeks. You don't know what we're doing.
I had a friend message me, and her daughter was going in the hospital and with just some pain and some issues she was having. And my friend said, I brought my protein drink with me and my protein bar, but I really want some chocolate chip cookies. Those chocolate chip cookies from the cafeteria or vending machine or something were really calling me. And I told her, just hold off as long as you can. Sometimes you just have to power through it, even though you're on the medication and the medication's working and you're not really hearing food noise anymore. You still those things are still comforting to you.
She's in a high stress environment, and her kid's in the hospital. And sometimes you just
have to do the best you can, because in those kind of situations, you just have to get through it. And sometimes a chocolate chip cookie helps. But you just can't. You just can't go crazy on it, and if you can put it off for a while, maybe you can get past it. But anyway, so that's our weekly update.
Yeah, so that's the way in. So first of all, let's invite people to be part of the Downsized Dish.
We do a series every week called the Downsized Dish, where we have people just like you and me and you come on and tell us about their weight loss journey, their highs, their lows, what worked for them, what didn't, how they're doing it. If you'd like to be on the Downsized Dish, send me an email to ldurham@folio28.com. We'll have that email address in the description.
And it'll pop up on screen live.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You can go put it in comments if you like.
Yeah, and sometimes I do. But anyway, come be on the show with us and tell us all about it. And even if you're thinking about starting, we could answer questions, or because I think a lot of people are just hearing about these medications. I've noticed with Mochi, my online provider, it's taking them a little bit longer to fill my order. And I'm not talking like weeks longer, like a day or two longer. I think they're getting more orders, more people coming.
Well, I think just as more people get on it, it's going to...
And they always say give it 14 business days to get your order. And usually I get it within 7. No, usually I get it within 5, and now it's been going to about 7. So if you want to get started with them, you need to start the process, because it might take a couple weeks to get an appointment with the doctor, to get the prescription, to put the medication in with the pharmacy, for the pharmacy to fill it. The pharmacy FedExes you the medication packed in cold packs. It's a process. It's definitely a process.
Absolutely. So join us on the Downsized Dish, and honestly, we'll be here all this week, and we've got time slots. They're pre-recorded. It's super easy to do. If you've ever done a Zoom, you can do this, and then you'll have a conversation with either Laraine or I, and we chat for 30 minutes to an hour, and you're done. And then depending on how many we have pre-done, they'll run in a week or two, and it'd be awesome to have you. So please email Laraine at eldrum@folio28.
So what were we up to this week?
The most recent thing, of course, is we were on the pen last night.
Yeah, so Dave Knapp, his YouTube channel is On the Pen.
Man on Manjaro, I think.
Man on Manjaro. We were on his show last night, on his live show, so we got to chat with him and talk about his progress and our progress and meet some of his watchers, and it was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, thank you. Go check him out on the Pen. He does a great news reporting. He's a type 2 diabetic.
He's always on top of it, yeah.
So we're not type 2 diabetics, so we don't have a lot of experience. We don't have any experience with that. But he's very knowledgeable. If that's you, I think definitely check him out.
He's one of the OG. I mean, he's been doing this for...
What do you say, 79 weeks or
something like that, yeah.
79th live show, so over
I think he started these medications right when they came out, and the YouTube channel kind of just started pretty quickly. So
yeah.
Go check him out if you don't already know Dave. I assume you know Dave, because he's a lot bigger than us. But thanks for Dave for having us on. We appreciate it, and you can go watch the live with him. And then expect to see Dave over here on our channel too. So we'll have him on and do some fun stuff.
Yep.
And that was good. Then past that, just on the YouTube channel side, it was certainly a huge week for Eli Lilly news. You guys responded well and watched. I did videos a couple of times a day at one point this week.
Yeah, if you haven't heard, Eli Lilly released vials, 2.5 milligram dose and 5 milligram dose. You can get those through Eli Lilly Direct. The price is lower than it would be for the pens. If you're like us and you have health insurance, but it doesn't cover weight loss medications, you can pay cash for these 2.5 and 5 milligram vials, and it's cheaper than going through like a CVS.
And there's detailed videos on that, and we'll actually discuss it as well in the news. You'll see, if you're watching it all, you'll see more on that, as well as the price uptick on the Zepbound savings card. And it was kind of a debacle, honestly, Eli Lilly. Your PR and marketing people really need to work on communication a little bit.
So Eli Lilly has a savings card or a coupon that they've had out since January 1st, which enables us to buy the Zepbound at the pharmacy for $550, which is, of course, a lot. So this past week, they didn't yank that savings card. If you still have it, it's still good. Don't lose those numbers. Keep that in your phone. It's good through the end of the year. But anybody new coming online and using that coupon and downloading that coupon, instead of $550, which is what we've been paying, they're going to pay $650. So that was like a gut punch, because I feel like maybe that's what everybody's going to pay come January 1st.
We don't know. So that coupon will extend through the end of the year, and then theoretically something new will come along if we follow the historic patterns on discount cards. But you just don't know.
So it's I'll keep buying my compounded Tirzepatide because it's certainly a lot cheaper even than the vials they release. But I'm on 7.5, so releasing those vials doesn't do anything for us on the higher doses. And a lot of people are saying, why didn't they release all the doses in the vials? Why only the little doses? So it could be some kind of production issue or whatever. But if they release those, where are those people gonna go after 2 months or whatever, 3 months through do they have to go to the pens and then they're gonna pay $6.50 when they started paying $3.99?
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
today that's what's going to happen.
Today that's what's going to happen.
Anyway, so somebody asked on Dave's or our live stream yesterday, well, who got the first vial? I think it was Michael Clanton asked who got the first. So if you got the first vial, I'd love to know who you are. And
we'd love to see a picture so you can email us.
There's pictures online.
Yeah, but I'd just like to see how it comes, like how it's packaged, how many needles do they send you? Do they send you the antiseptic wipes? What's the instruction?
Well, and they're using other pharmacies. So like one of the pharmacies is Amazon's full set filling some of it, and they don't actually do it themselves.
Somebody's filling it. Somebody's packing it.
Yeah, they're using a packer to do that. They don't actually make the vials either. There's facilities out there that do it.
Anyway, we're just interested to see how it comes and what it looks like.
Anyway, so you always have a gym story, and you had a big one.
So I was at my step aerobics class, and we're right in the middle of it, like 20 minutes in, we're right at the top, and the fire alarm goes off. And we're like, well, what do we do? And the instructor's like, we get out. So I grab my purse and my keys, and because anytime the fire alarm goes off, grab your keys, because you don't want the keys to your car to be in the burning building. But anyway, we all went outside, and it went off, and then several fire trucks came. We don't know what happened.
Were you trying to do your class outside in the heat too? Is that what I saw?
Yeah, like I was like, I got this great heart rate going. I want to make the most of it. And our instructor turned on her phone, and we were trying to do some things, but trying to do like the step moves with no step is. It worked okay for a minute, and then we decided that was no good. And then when they let us go back in, our class time was over, so I'm like, well, I guess we put the steps away. We had to go back in and put all the steps away. And then today, I didn't go to the gym this morning, but one of the girls from the gym is going over to our house to hang out this afternoon, so that should be fun.
Big fun.
Yeah.
So we also published our first Aldi haul video. So we just went shopping and brought it back and did a haul. Kind of showed you everything we buy, the good, the bad.
And I didn't really like edit. Ooh, people are going to be watching what we're buying, so I better not buy this. No, this is like a typical grocery shopping.
Yeah, so it's not the ideal GLP-1 haul. We didn't. There's some things she threw in the cart that I probably wouldn't have. So take a look at it and let us know what you think. And then we've actually filmed a couple of cooking videos, very rough. So that'll evolve, and we'll see how you guys like that.
He's cooking.
That'll be coming out over the next few weeks. I just get comic relief from the peanut gallery here. So let us know what you think of those as well. Mm-hmm. So that's what we have going on.
And we're not dietitians, and he's not a chef, and I just like to eat. So, but people are always wanting ideas on what should I eat? Well, what do you eat? Well, what? And the answer is you can eat whatever you want. I say focus on protein.
Yeah.
So most of our meals are pretty protein focused, but you remember we used to get those diets on the sheet of paper, and you had 1 slice of toast, 3 ounces of chicken, and 1 cup of cottage cheese. I don't ever want to eat like that again. I want to eat, and somebody posted that keto really worked for them, and they didn't need to take weight loss shots. They're posting on one of our videos that they did keto, so they didn't need to take shots, and that's great. And if that works for you, great. But I don't want to live a life of a diet that excludes bread. So I don't want to exclude anything. I just can't have everything every day.
But to me, that's the key is these medications are not diets. They're medical treatments for the disease of obesity. And the corresponding eating habits that come along with it should be healthier. Mm-hmm. But they're not restrictive diets. It's not saying you can't eat this, you can only eat this. And so for us, it's about building habits over the course of this medication such that we move forward and we stay healthier, not about only eating some terrible tasting piece of cardboard rice cakes, which was one of your things many years ago. I would never eat one of those things again in my life.
Rice cake. Now, there's really no nutritional value in them. It's
or pick anything. Pick any of the trendy diet foods, right?
There's even at Aldi, they have keto bread. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I've tried it. It's terrible. They have some other diet breads that are okay, but I'd rather have one piece of real bread than two pieces of I don't know.
And honestly, we're in a place where, because we eat so much less food, I've shifted my mentality to be, we're spending less on our food, we're eating less calories, so let's actually take some of that spend and buy better quality food.
Mm-hmm.
So buy a nicer piece of meat, buy better produce, try new things, such that we're getting real Italian pasta if we eat pasta, and we don't eat much of it, but you'll see it in the haul. There was some Italian pasta in there, or we're eating a nice steak, or
we're not eating out as much either. So I think if you don't have that spend on eating out, maybe you spend a little bit more on what you're buying. Like we bought some steaks at Aldi this past week, and we usually don't buy steaks to cook at home because I don't know, you're not really a big fan of it. And we also went out for your birthday this week. We went to, a local place. Their main thing is fish. So I got halibut, and you got halibut too.
I also got halibut.
But with a different flavoring. And tell them what you got for an appetizer.
Poke.
So tell them what poke is.
So poke is a Hawaiian raw fish dish where it's diced and tossed in some Asian seasonings and stuff. It's delicious. It's kind of like sushi in a bowl.
What did we used to get?
Bang Bang Shrimp. It wasn't a local restaurant. We were at Bonefish Grill.
Well, I didn't know if you want to say the name or not. But yeah, we were at Bonefish Grill, and we usually get the Bang Bang Shrimp, which is those fried little shrimp, and they cover them in that 1,000,000-calorie sauce, and we pick at them with chopsticks. But yeah, I know. So I said, what appetizer do you want, Christopher? He goes, I want the poke.
She didn't really like it.
Wah, wah. So it comes with, in a dish, and then around the dish, it's all these, not tortilla chips, but like corn chips with this really flavorful seasoning on them.
I think they were like wonton wrapper chips.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were delicious. So I'm like picking at these chips, and I ate a few bites, and I'm like, it's okay, but I don't want to take up the room in my stomach, right? So, and then our food comes, and it's beautiful, nice piece of halibut, and I really couldn't eat. I ate about half of it. I said, I'm going to have to take this home for tomorrow because I ate too many chips, and I filled up on the...
Honestly, we typically eat at local restaurants, but we had a gift card.
Oh, yeah,
for Bonefish.
from like American Express
something,
Points
I don't know. And
something.
it was... Bonefish kind of falls into that middle-of-the-road restaurant for me, that it's never great, it's never terrible, it's fine.
It's okay, yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
Every once in a while there's something truly delicious, but...
Yeah, and then we're like, why didn't we go to Fin and Fino? Because I had the gift card.
That's right.
That's fine. So,
anyway, so that's our adventures in eating this week. So watch the Aldi haul, see what you think of that. Maybe we'll do another one. We have Publix, Harris Teeter, Whole Foods. We have everything around here, so Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I haven't been to Whole Foods in quite a while.
Because that same haul would cost you $1,000.
Our $200 haul would be a $500 haul at Whole Foods.
For sure, but maybe we'll do some more of those if you like them, because there's lots of cool stuff going on, and I love grocery shopping.
He loves grocery shopping.
It's an adventure. I like trying new things. So anyway, so thank you for joining us. So again, we want to remind you that we introduced what we're calling Club Downsized, which is our new YouTube membership program. It's designed to give you a little more value, a little more support on your GLP-1 adventure, from sharing our personal experiences and practical tips to the latest updates on medications that you all know and love. We're committed to keeping the community strong and vibrant. All of our regular content, like the weekly weigh-ins, this, of course, the news updates and downsides, will remain completely free, so that we're not gating any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's just, if you want a little something extra, you get loyalty badges that you can put next to your name, and little different emojis you can use when you comment, so we'll be sure to see your comment. There's also a special Facebook group just for members of Club Downsized if you're a certain level and above. And then at the top level, if you'd like to do some one-on-one coaching, we're available, either Christopher or myself, to do one-on-one coaching with you. We might do some members only live streams, and we're still thinking of ideas. We hope you'll join us. This is quickly becoming a full-time job for us, and I'd love it if this was my actual full-time job. So that's just one way you can help support us to that end. So thank you if you've already joined. Thank you very much. You can just click the join button. That doesn't mean you're joining. That just means you're just looking at it. So don't be afraid to click it and look at it, and make sure you like and subscribe, though, for sure, because that's always free.
Absolutely.
Yep. So that's it. That's it for this week's weigh-in. We hope our updates and experiences have given you some insights and maybe even a little motivation for your own personal journey.
Whether the scale moves up or down, we always want it to move down. It's all part of the process. We're in this together, and every step forward counts.
Keep moving forward. You can visit our website and our GLP-1 companion product store at thedownsized.org for more resources. You can find my spreadsheet where you can download that for free. And I've put some products on there, links to our Amazon links, were just things that I've used, that I've tried, that I like. We are Amazon affiliates, so we do make a small commission off of those purchases.
And as always, if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop.
Yep. Thanks for being part of the Downsized community, and we'll see you next week.
Until then, take care and stay well.